Hello, and I'm Pawan Singh. Welcome you all to this awesome channel, Developer Pawan Singh. And we were building a chatting app. And till previous video, we have built the front end of our chatting. And this is going to be part 14 of that. So the previous code which we wrote still have some issues. So let's fix them first. So let me tell you what's the issue. So whenever we type the message, so we get the recent message at the bottom of our messages as we implemented it. So what's happening now? So when our message get full, which means our whole screen is full. I mean to say when the recycler view item exceed the screen size and some items are above the screen. So when we go back and then we open the chat, that time our first chat, which means the chat we did for the very first time, is showing first, and then we have to scroll it down till the recent message. So we don't want this, we need to fix this. So for this we will just go inside activity chat and here write fit system window and make this attribute as true. So now we need to change some code in our XML also. So firstly go to manifest file and inside our chat activity write here a Windows soft input mode and make it as adjust pan, and then go to chat activity and after this adapter write here adapter dot register adapter data observer, and inside this pass the object of recycler view dot adapter data observer and give it a bracket curly braces, and then you can see it is already giving me a suggestion. So I will just press tab and then I will explain it to you. So we have to override on item range inserted and it will give us two arguments. First is the start position and the second is item count. So we have to work with this start position. So make it as 0, binding dot message list dot scroll to position, we have to make it 0. So now this will work fine. Our issues are resolved from the previous video. And now what we are going to do in this video. So now let me explain you what we are going to do in this video. So firstly go to activity chat. So when we chat with the user by searching his name and click on the back button, then we move back to our main activity. Here activity main, and then what we have to do here we have to show the list of all those users with whom we have recently chat. So for implementing this, again we will use the recycler view and we will implement it. So this video is going to similar to yesterday's video. So firstly close all this tab and we will go to the fragment which we created, which is chat fragment. Here we will show the recycler view. So firstly we will have to go to chat fragment XML and split this view and remove this text view, and then in place of this text view we will be using recycler view to show the list of recent users with whom we have talked. So right here recycler view, its width will be match parent and height will be wrap content, and in next line we will give it an ID. So right here ID, it will be recent chats, and also we will have to align it with our parent, top of our parent layout, which is relative layout. So right here align parent top and make it as true. Also we will give a padding to this relative layout. So right here padding of 5 dp. So that's okay. Right here 5. So 5 dp is good. As we have already done it, we have implemented the recycler view twice in this series, and this is the third time I am going to implement it. So I hope you have already cleared the concept of adapter and all. So firstly, to implement the recycler view, we need one dummy row which will show how our other rows will look. So for this I am going to just copy the previous code. So let me tell you how our rows will look. So if we go to layout file inside our resources, and you see here search user row, the last one. So see, this is how our search user look, and we are going to implement this as our recent user list also with some changes. So just copy this, just click on it and then copy it, and inside the layout we have to paste it. Just paste it, and we will name this as recent user row, and then click on OK. So click on cancel, then close this, and here we have to make some changes in our recent user row. So firstly, scroll down, and in this text view where we were showing the number, now we will show the last message. So right here last message text, and also we will change its ID because we are going to change this in runtime, so we need its ID. So instead of user number, right here last text. So below this last text message, what we are going to do, we are also going to show the timing of the last text. So for this we will just copy this text view and then paste it just below it, and we will change its ID to time, and then we will change this text. Let's suppose remove this and write here 12:49 space PM, but our text is not showing here in the view because of some size issue. So firstly we will change the size of this material card view, so make it as 60 dp. 60 is very small, so make it 80 dp. And after this, so let's go to the linear layout after this, inside this material card view, and from wrap content make it match parent. Now you will be able to see this text. So let's reduce the size of this text from 18 sp to 11 sp. 11 sp is looking so small, so we can do one thing, we can increase the whole size of its height. So go to the parent layout and from 80 dp make it 90 dp, and now you can see we can increase the size of this text. So click on it, and let's say it can be 13 sp. And now, so let's give it some margin from the top also. Let's say margin of 2 dp, and let's also give margin top to this second text view, margin top of 2 dp. The gaps between all the text views is uneven. Let's change the text inside the time text view. So right here last message at, then change the margin top from 4 dp to 3 dp. And now we can also change the position of this image view. So click on this image view, and here we will give it a layout gravity. So right here layout gravity, and make it as center vertical. Now it has come at the center, and now this is how our layout will look. Now we can close this layout, and also we can minimize this layout package. And now we need to create one adapter, and also we need a model for it, but we already have some models and we can use them. So here you can see we have a chat adapter, and inside the model here we have a chat row model. We will not use this, but we will use message model because we need these things like message. We will show the last message, timestamp, the last timestamp of the message, and the sender ID. So this model we will use in our adapter. So we will create an adapter. So now let's create an adapter. Go to adapter, create a new Kotlin class file, and here write its name as recent chat adapter, and then click on enter. Now we will copy the content from search user adapter. So select all, Control C, and then paste it here. Just paste it. And now we need to change this name. Name it as recent chat adapter. Here also recent chat adapter. And here instead of user view holder, we will write recent chat view holder. And now we need to change this everywhere. So just copy it and paste it here. Paste it here also. And here, this place. So this was okay. Now we need to change this ID. So instead of search user row, we recently created this recent user row. So right here, recent user row. Recent user row. And now the data type which we will be using is chat room model. So remove this user from here and write chat room model and follow the same process wherever we have written user. Like here, instead of user, write here chat room model, and we can also remove this import. Now scroll down and here use chat room model, and we can remove all this code inside on bind view holder. Now we will write code from the scratch, and also we can remove these two. Actually we need these two as username and user number. We are going to display it, so just leave it as it is, and then press Ctrl Alt O. This will optimize our imports, and then rename this variable. We will name this as last chat, or we can say last message, and also we will change this ID. It will be last text. Then create a variable with name time. I will just press tab because it is showing correct code. Now we need to write the code of onBind view holder. But firstly, we will write the code of chat fragment. So open the chat fragment. Here we will write code here first, and we will just copy the code from our search user activity. So open the first search user activity, minimize this, and it will be inside activities. So go to activities and then click on search user activity. We need this function till last, on start and on stop also. So copy this function and paste it inside chat fragment. Here after the on create view, paste it. And now firstly we need to correct some things. Here firstly let's import the adapter right here, late in it, where just press tab and remove this adapter. We will use our new adapter which is recent chat adapter. Then call the method which we just pasted here, and remove this from the function. We will not pass any argument. And now we need to modify these codes. So in the adapter, right here recent chat adapter, and inside the options change this from user model to chat room model, and here also after the query write chat room model. Now we will change the adapter. So firstly here we will just change it, so remove it, and inside the fragment we will have to see. If we go to our chat fragment chat XML, so its ID is recent chats, this one. Okay, so right here recent chats, and here instead of user right here recent chats. Now instead of this we will pass the activity name, but firstly we will correct the query. So just remove these 3 lines. Actually we need to remove all this, and also this is giving error, so remove this and write here context, get context. This is only context. So firstly, we need to visit to Firebase so that I can explain you what will be the query now. So let's move to the Firebase. So we need three things. Firstly, let me take you to the database. So we need three things inside the chat room. See what we have. We have last message sender ID. This will tell the username, and we have also the messages, and then we have the last message timestamp also. So we will use chat room. So inside the child, instead of user, write here chat room. Sorry, there is some mistake, as chat room is itself a node, parent node. So we will remove this and we will get the reference of it. So instead of getting the reference of all user, write here chat room and dot order by child last message timestamp inside the double quotes, and make sure you write is correct as it is written in database. Otherwise it will return you the wrong data, or it will not return you any data. So after this, the work is done here. Now we need to adjust our linear layout and tell it how it will show our data. So after the adapter here, inside the binding dot recent chats, so after this line write a dot and then write apply and then give it a curly braces, and inside it we will write reverse layout is equals to true, and in the next line we will write stack from end is equals to true, and then it is your work to find what this line is doing. You can use ChatGPT and other thing, and you can comment it on the video. Now we can go to our recent chat adapter and complete it. Here inside our on bind view holder, so we need two variables. Firstly, create one variable and name it as current user ID, and we will get this user ID from our utility class. So write here utils dot get user ID, and then we also need the second user ID. So write here val other user ID is equals to model dot user IDs dot first, and inside the first it will return it. So we will use if it is not equals to current user ID. So now let me explain you what is this line doing. Firstly, we are fetching the user IDs from the model. So let me take you to the user ID. So inside the user ID, you can see it is a list of strings which contain the user ID of two users. Firstly is the user 1, secondly the user 2. And we need the ID of user 2. So here you can see what we are doing from the model. We are getting the user ID and the first ID which is not equals to the current user ID, because current user ID is user 1, and if the ID is not user 1, then it means it is user 2 ID. So I hope you have understood the code. If you haven't understood it, so you can revisit the video. So now in the next line, we will get the data from the Firebase. So right here, Firebase database dot get instance dot get reference, and firstly pass the reference of here of all the users. So right here all users, and then inside the all user we need the users. So right here slash users. This will give the user node. Let me show you how. Inside all user there is user node. It is simple to any URL. You can see here, like the inside the project there is chit chat project. So similarly inside the all users, here we have users. So we need the child. So right here child, which is other user ID, because we are getting the name of other user. So for this we are using this code. So right here dot get, and in the next line right here dot add on success listener, and let's say it will return a data snapshot. We will not work with it. So right here data snapshot and give an arrow, and right here well username is equals to data snapshot dot child, and pass the username here, username dot value, yes, and write it as string. And if this value is null, so what we will do, we will write in place of it as unknown user. So now we have fetched the username, the name of other user. So now we need to place it inside our view. So write here holder dot username dot text is equals to username. So what this code is doing, so it is fetching the username of another user, which is user2, using the other user ID. And if the username is not known, so it will be unknown user. It will show unknown user in our text view. Similarly, we will fetch other details also. So again, right here, Firebase database dot get instance dot get reference. This time we need the reference of our chat room. And then right here dot child, and then pass the chat room ID. So right here model dot chat room ID, and after this write in the next line dot child, we need the messages, and we need the first message. So right here limit to last and one, because it will show our last message. So right here dot get dot add on success listener, and again we will work with snapshot. So right here data snapshot, and give an arrow. Here write if snapshot dot exist, which means we have already talked to the user. So right here well, it is showing me correct code, so I will just press tab, and I have already explained this code in the previous block, so I will just press the tab. So here what we are doing, we are storing the last message of the user in our chat room. It can be of user 1 and can be of user 2 also, but if there is no message, so inside the else part what we will do, holder dot last message dot text is equals to, here write say hi, and then we will use a emoji of hand. So for this just press window and then press the dot icon. So here we will search hi and then click on this icon. Now okay, we have a hi icon here. We can say it's an emoji in the text. So till now we have successfully set our two variables, which is the username. Here you can see the username, the last message, and now we need to set this time also. And if you go to the XML, just press Ctrl and click on time. So here we have to set the time. So from how we will get this time, so if we go to the model, which is chat room model, here you can see the last message timestamp, and it will return the time in milliseconds, like a big number. So what we have to do, we have to convert it in a format. So go to recent chat adapter, and here write well time in millisecond or millis, you can write anything. I will just write millis, and then is equals to model dot last message timestamp, and in the next line we will convert this time from millisecond to the format we need it. So just write date is equals to, so this is the full code of conversion, and I have also set the time in our holder. So you don't need to remember this, you just need to Google it and you can get this code. So we have also set the time. Now in our manifest, if you haven't included these three user permissions, so include it. I think we have already included it, but in my project this is I am creating again. So I will include these three. You will already have it, so let me just add it quickly and run the app. So our app has run. First let's splash screen, then home screen, then wait for some time. So now you can see our user with recent chats are now showing in our chat section. So if we click on it, it will not do anything because we haven't implemented that feature now. But if we want to send the message, firstly we will have to again go to the search icon, and I will search here for Pawan. So right here Pawan, and click on the first icon. So now if I send any other message, it must show in the recent message, and also the time must get changed. So if I write here okay, so this is the last message. If I go back, again go back, so our app got crashed. So let me check why it got crashed. So inside the catalog, so if we scroll up, here you can see it is giving index out of bound and inconsistency detected for our database. So let me check this, what this issue is. So when we go to our recent chat activity, adapter, you can see get reference. Inside it, I have written the wrong spelling. It will be chat room, and I have written only CHAROOM. So if you also did the same mistake, then please change it to chat room. So now if we run the app now, so our app got started, and you can see our home page is showing the recent chats now, as I chat with Pawan Tangadia ID with last message as hello sir. So again let me search for the same ID, and you can see if I write any message like hey how are you and send it, you can see I think there is one error. Whenever I type any message, it will take me to the first message. Yes, so we will fix this also. So let me go back. So again the app got crashed, and the reason is same. So let's fix this. So close this, and firstly delete the lockettes, cut this, and now close this also, and close the manifest file also. And inside our chat fragment, here go to chat fragment, and here we will add our on resume method. So override it, and then we will copy the content of on start. So just copy it and paste it in here. So the logic is same in on resume and on start. Remove this extra space. So now if you go to our recent chat adapter, so in this, the way we were getting the username of other person, so we can change this also. So firstly we have to comment it out, the above one. Here we were getting the username using the other user ID and setting it to the username. So we will have to change it now. And what we will do, we will store the username in hash map corresponding to the user IDs. So in this way we will have both the user IDs and usernames. So for this, select this one and comment it, and we will use the hash map as I have already told you. So just below the other user ID here, we will create a new variable. So create user name, and it will be, we will be using user map. So firstly we will have to create it. So remove this. We will create the user map in some other activity or fragment, but for now we will just pass it to the adapter. So inside the adapter with options, we will have to pass this username map. So write a comma, and in the next line write private val username map, and it will be of type map, and it will take both string type. ID will be stored in string, and also the username will be stored in string. So that's it. Now we can use this username map below. So we will do it later, but firstly create it. So in our chat room model, you can see we will get the user IDs from here, user ID list. then close the model, and again go back to the recent chat adapter here. Now let's suppose this username map has the user ID and then its username. So now it can be used here in our username. So right here username map and give a bracket, and here write other user ID, and if it is null then we will write unknown user, we write here colon after question mark. So here what we will get the username of the other user ID from this map, and then what we will do, we will set this to the text where we were setting the other username. So in the next line, just below it, write holder dot username dot text is equals to username. So for doing this, earlier here we set this, earlier we were doing a long process of this, but now we have done this from the hash map. But for getting the values in the hash map, we will have to do the same process. Now scroll up and we can close this, and we can go, if we move to the chat fragment, it will give an error because we have to pass a user map along with options. So here firstly we will create the user map. So right here private val username map is equals to, we will create a hash map which will take the user ID in string and also the username as string, and give a bracket after it, and it will store user IDs and username. So just write a comment. I will just press tab. So after this we will also have to provide the value inside this, and just below the on create view function we will create a new function which will fetch all the username. So we will create a function right here, private fun fetch all usernames, and we will be using the lambda expression for it. So inside the bracket write on complete, right here on complete, and then give a colon, and again then give a bracket, it will return unit, and in the next line right here Firebase database, this it is the same code we wrote there which we commented recently. So right here Firebase database dot get instance dot get reference, we will get the users from all users, and then right here in the next line dot get dot add on success listener, it will return the data snapshot, and we will use a for loop to fetch both the user IDs. So it is giving me correct code. I will just modify it a little bit for the user ID. So we are using here for each loop to get all the IDs and username. So we will modify this user ID, how we are getting the user ID. We will use the data snapshot, but remove this and remove this child also. So right here dot key, and if the key is null then what we will do, we will continue the loop. So that's it. Our map is also fetching the values correctly and saving it inside the username, and if the username is null, so it will be saving unknown user, and then we will put it in the map, and we will map it with the user ID and username. So that's it. And after the for loop get complete, we will give a callback to our on complete. So right here on complete. So if you don't know about the concept of callback and all, I have already told you to refer to the articles or some videos on the YouTube. Later on I will also add the Kotlin playlist, then I will explain you it correctly. So now we need to add this function in our on create view. So right here fetch all usernames, and then we will set up our recycler view. So cut this and paste it inside the fetch all usernames. So now in the options, we will also pass the hash map. So right here, username map. Now go to search user activity, and here after binding the toolbar, so when we are setting the navigation, we will have to start the activity from this activity to main activity. So write this statement also, then finish it, and now we can run the app and it will work fine. So let's run the app. So this is our chat fragment here. If you go to the search icon, and if I search for the user Pawan and click on the first user, scroll it down, and let's write a message like Harry Potter, and if I send it, so we have to correct this issue. After sending a message, we go to the first message we sent and we have to scroll it down. So we will correct it in second video. So if I go back, now you can see the activity is changing correctly and we are seeing the current message time on our home screen. So that's all for this video. The next video is going to be very important, and in that video I will tell you why the architecture we made is wrong, and the most of the YouTuber make the same architecture but they don't tell the correct architecture. So wait for the next video. It is going to be the last video according to me, because I am not getting a good response on this playlist. So I will be not implementing the notification feature, and if I get good support in this video, then only I will make the notification feature videos. And in my GitHub repository, I have implemented the notification feature. So if you want to buy that repository, then you can DM me on the Telegram. The group link is in description. So thank you for watching the video, guys.